Okay, we'll be back in the regular time or maybe a little bit before. Bli neder.
9th of May, Rabbi Levitt, Gemora.
You know what? Let's just start from the beginning again. From the beginning of the Gemora.
What page?
Let's see the Gemora again.
What page? Excuse me.
93b. 93b. We're on a new parak.
Very top of B1.
Okay. Want to start, Alan?
Yeah. Okay. Okay, the Mishnah, chapter 9.
Alan, you've got two
Yeah, but
screens.
I got two.
Alan, you need to log out of one of your screens because we're getting echoes from you.
Yeah. Reason I got a new, reason happens, I got a new computer. I'm using it for the first time.
Never. I need money for getting back. I need to get to it.
Maybe, oh,
There we go. That should
Okay.
work now.
but we've got a funny picture of you. It's a nice abstract.
That's okay. He's an abstract kind of guy.
Yeah. Alan, are you there? Hello, Alan?
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Right.
Can you hear me now?
Can
Yes.
hear you. Yes. Can't see you. Have you got something in front of your screen, in front of your camera? Maybe you should go out and come back in again.
And we can't hear now.
Alan, maybe go out and log in again.
Maybe I'll call him.
Can you hear us? Hello?
But let me go out and come back in again. All right.
Okay.
I'm gonna go out and come back in and I'll start again.
Okay, go on, do that. Hey, are you trying to log out? What's he doing or not doing?
Rabbi, can you let me back in?
Now it says you're in the waiting room again.
You've got to exit first, Alan. You're still logged in.
Go out completely.
Yeah, now you're in twice again. That's not good.
I'm trying to get out. Just hold on a second. Okay. Here we go.
There we go.
Okay, if one,
You're still in twice, Alan.
I shut the other one off. Okay.
You're still in twice.
You see that? You shut the other one off. Okay, hold on.
Maybe you're on, maybe you're on underneath the one you're on. No, maybe you're on underneath this one. Hmm. So we'll just go ahead. Just go ahead and.
Someone else start.
Oh,
Someone else start and I'll come in after. I'll do the second
Okay.
call.
Okay, very good.
put yourself on mute.
Twice for both of them.
Roy, you want to start?
Okay. With the Gemara,
Yeah.
Omar, they said, Ain, yes, he acquires them. Shipon law, implying that he merely planed them, the pieces of wood. He does not acquire them. He does not acquire them. Shemer Sa'on Begadim. And similarly, the Mishnah states that if he steals pieces of wool and makes them into garments, Ain, yes, he does acquire them. Can you hear me all right, or if I'm echoing?
I can hear you fine.
All right,
Okay.
because I've got an echo with me, but as long as you don't have it, okay. So if he steals pieces of wool and makes them into garments, he does acquire them. Lebanon law, implying that if he merely whiten them, the pieces of wool, he does not acquire them. So if he makes them into garments, he does. He just whitens them, he doesn't acquire them. Or he, but contrast this with the following brisa and see the contradiction. Gazal atzem v'shipon. If he stole pieces of wood and planed them, avanim v'sitison, or stones and chiseled them, semer v'libanon, or pieces of wool and whitened them, pishtan v'nikhu, or flax and cleaned them, and cleaned it of its tow. And we had that yesterday, of its short pieces. Meshalem kisha'es hagazela. He pays their value as of the time of the robbery. So evidently, planing wood and whitening wool alone, even without transforming it into utensils or garments, affects acquisition. And then there's an answer by the Gemara. Ah,
Lost the rabbi.
this is so, yeah. All right. Why am I getting an echo in myself?
I don't know how this happens. My computer said you are the host. How the hell did I become the host?
Well, when it loses the host, it assigns to somebody else.
Oh, okay.
Probably kicked you because of your sterling character.
The second and outcome was on me. Oh, Alan's back. You're muted, Alan.
Hey,
Alan,
Alan, are you?
you're muted.
Looks like the rabbi's frozen again.
All right.
Looks like I'm frozen again.
I'm unmuted.
No, we hear you. You're
All
back
right.
unfrozen.
Okay.
Okay, so we're starting what, the Gemara answers or more?
Not yet.
Not yet.
No, now the rabbi's muted. Oh, he's right now. Okay.
Not
Wow, don't know what's happening today.
Okay.
That's the
Yeah.
second time I lost my,
Oh, it's again.
You lost it again. Rabbi.
Well, I suppose this is a good argument for resuming face-to-face classes. Did Lou tell you that he was talking with one of the Rabbonim about resuming face-to-face classes?
I'm getting told.
okay,
All
we're
right,
back again.
sort of.
All right, so I don't know where we are at this point.
I've just finished down the first paragraph there about finishing off saying that if you transform them, if you plane the wood or whiten the wool, even without transforming it into utensils or garments, that makes an acquisition.
Okay. So Gemara
Okay.
answers, right? Page
Good.
93B2, left-hand side. Right?
Mhm.
Gemara Abaye. Right. The Gemara answers are Gemara Abaye now?
Yeah,
Okay. All right. Gemara answers are Gemara Abaye. Abaye said.
We did, I don't know if you want to start catching up. There's a Rashi before this that I don't know if we should do before you go to the answer. Because we didn't finish all the Rashis yesterday. There's this one that
Okay.
is Mishalein B'Kisha'at the Hagazela, that he has to pay at the time of the theft.
okay. Okay, so Phil, you could read?
We're going to read this one Rashi, then we'll continue on because that was the answer. Matnisid in our Mishnah, Amai Nikat Kalim Ubagadim. Why did it choose that about utensils and clothing? Ha'enu chokokam ad shi shafon techila. because in terms of the, I'm not quite sure, the concept is there's something about that they're not, what is it, chok, until you plane them first. You have to do planing in order to make utensils out of it. You still have to do that. Shipui, you have to do a planing of it. What's that word, chokakam?
To carve, to do a hakika is to do an engraving or carving, I guess, of the wood.
Okay. So you can't carve it. You can't do, basically you're saying you really can't work on with it, the wood, until you do a planing first. And similarly, the v'chein semer also, and also with the wool, the lavno techil, you have to whiten it first in order to work it. And acharei kain, and after that, tivach, you would spin the wool.
Right.
Umishat sfui, the libun, and at the time of the planing or the whitening, kana miyad, he should be acquiring it immediately. The lamali and kule hi, and why all these?
Why do we need so much of a shinui in the article? Do we have to do 2 steps worth of shinui? It should be sufficient that we did the first step, which transforms the wood into planed pieces of wood, and the stone into a chiseled stone, without having to go to the next step of doing further shinui in the article that was stolen. That's what Rashi means when he says lamali kuli hai. Why do we need so much? Why do we need all of this? Should be sufficient with the first step of shinui to constitute a shinui to be kona the item. Okay. So have we sharpened our question over here? Sharpened the contradiction. The Mishnah seems to be saying that we need the full product, the complete product, the finished product, in order to say that the Gazlan has done a shinui. It's not enough that he planed the wood, but he's got to make it into a kli. And as far as the wool that he stole, it's not enough that he simply whitened it. He's got to make it into a spun wool, which requires another step of transforming the stolen article. Whereas the Bryce has said, no, all you need with the wood is to plane it, and all you need with the stone is to chisel it, and all you need with the flax is to clean it. You don't need all the full range of steps to make it into a finished product. So what does seems like a contradiction between what the Mishnah holds and what the Brisa holds. So now we go to Alan, and Alan will read us the answer that is given by Abaye.
The Gemara answers, Omar Abaye. Abaye said, Tana Dinon Kutoni Shinoi to Rabbanan to Hadra. The Tana of our Mishnah is not referring to one who stole rough wood and planed and assembled it into a utensil. Rather, he is teaching the case of a rabbinically recognized change, that is, one which is irreversible. Is reversible. He teaches that it too affects acquisition, albeit rabbinically. The fall shekain shinoi the or ryosaur, and certainly then a biblically recognized change, such as planing, which is irreversible, affects acquisition. I've seen so on Kaling, for a Mishra's case of one who steals pieces of wood and makes them into utensils, the 18 Shukim refers to one who stole pieces of planed wood. And what are they? Musomium. They are finished boards, which the Bava then assembled into a chest or chair. Shinoi the door, saw, which is a change that can revert to its usual form. The E, the I, the Shah, the who. So if he so desires, he can pull the boards apart and they revert to being boards. Similar song, within, similarly, a Mishnah's case of one who stole pieces of wool and made them into garments does not refer to one who stole raw wool, whitening it and spun it into a thread, woven into a garment. The same the Roy, rather it refers to one who stole spun threads of wool and wove into a garment. The machinery, the Pandora, the saw, who, which is a change that can revert to future form. The E, the or, the boy, so way, for so desires, you can take the garment apart and the threads from which it was woven into being threads. The Paul Chopin, Shimoy, the Ryosaur, and certainly biblically recognized change, such as lightning, which is irreversible affects acquisition. The timing of the more, the outside Tana, i.e. the Tana of the Barisa, Shimoy, the Ryosaur, Tomi is teaching only biblically recognized changes. She knows that the long row to a me, but biblically recognized changes he is not teaching.
Okay, good. So let's take a look at Rashi's. First Rashi we have over here is Hey Gimel, Haki Garcinan. Lou, please.
Ari Garcinan, Amar Abaye, Tana Didan, Tane, She'eno Rabbanan.
Shinui.
This is the text. Abaye said the Tana himself is teaching a change which is rabbinical in nature. Alim,
18.
Eitzim, She Ishan,
Awesome.
Kalim, Be'etzim, Mishufim, Umay, Ninahu, Kule. Wood, what is this word? Ashan?
That's a son. It's made into. wood that you make into, and it's
Wood that's
made,
made into vessels with wood. What is this word? Meshufim?
that's planed already, with planed wood.
Wood that's made into utensils with wood that's planed. And why it itself? So he's saying that Tana, I guess, of the Brisa is talking about rabbinical specifications as opposed to the Mishnah, which I guess is talking about the Risa. And it's discussing wood that's already planed, which is fashioned into vessels. And I'm not sure what this Amai Ninahu means.
And what are, that's part of the Gemara. It says, and what are those things? And what are they? That's the next piece. He's just giving the heading of the case before he comes up with the answer. And what are these? What are these things that's a rabbinic change? When it's made, what are these things that it's a rabbinic change that's made already with planed wood?
Next one, Rabbi.
Okay, but I have to correct over here. Abaye is describing the case of our Mishnah because he says Tana Didan. Tana Didan means our Tana, and our Tana is the Tana of the Mishnah, not the Tana of the Brisa. So Abaye is saying that the Tana of our Mishnah is talking about the case of eitzim that he made into kalim. And how could that be that you could make a keli out of just a wood straight from a tree? It says so on that he says we're talking about eitzim meshupim. We're talking about wood that has already been planed. And what do we call that type of wood? Nesarim. We call them planks of wood, boards of wood. Nesarim. That's the like Phil said. That's the follow through in the Gemara that Abaye says. So that
This is only Hechi Gasin. This is what it should say at the heading of the heading. What he's talking about.
Rashi's just continuing on with the language of the Gemara. The Gemara says "My ninhu."
Yeah.
And so therefore it comes out according to Abaye that the Mishnah is talking about a case of a rabbinic shinui that was made. It's called a rabbinic shinui, I guess, because it already has been changed from its natural form of wood that you find the wood of a tree, and it's already been planed into planks or boards of wood. And so when the Mishnah talks about gozel eitzim, it's talking about stealing not wood from a tree, but wood that really planks of wood. And from those planks of wood that have already been transformed, you make into them a kli. You make a utensil with those planks of wood. So Rashi, so Abaye is saying that is called a rabbinic shinui, changing of the form of the object that was stolen. Okay.
That means that it's made into a second kli. The plank was the first one, and the
okay,
whatever it
Right.
was the second one.
right? Really, a plank or board is a kli in and of itself, right? Right. And from then, and with that, with those planks, you made them further into some used to make them into some type of a vest. You made let's say you made a bookcase. You made a bookcase with those planks of wood.
Hmm.
So that's called the rabbinic shinui. And as Alan read at the end of the Gemora section over here, according to that, this Mishnah, what would the Mishnah say about a deraisa dika shinui, a Torah level shinui? Would that would the Goslin acquire in that case?
No,
Gemara- No. What does the Gemara say?
Once you've made a shinui, then it's acquired by you.
Right, but but according to the Tana of the Mishnah,
Oh.
in other words, we see from the Tana of the Mishnah that the Tana of the Mishnah says that that a rabbinic level shinui already makes a kinyan for the Goslin, and the halachas that accrue to a Goslin who makes a kinyan. He doesn't have to return that thing. He just pays according to what he stole. Okay,
Mhm.
doesn't have to return the kli. But according to that Tana of the Mishnah, who says that a rabbinic shinui, the Goslin is kona, what would that Tana say about a Goslin who made a Torah mandated shinui?
oh, I changed my answer. If a rabbinic is it acquires, then kol shechein, a deraisa acquires.
Okay, you're right, and this is what Alan read from the Gemora. The Gemora said kol shekain shinui deraisa,
Right.
according to the Tana of our Mishnah. So now let's right.
There's a Rashi on kol shechein shinui deraisa.
Okay, I guess we're gonna have to do that one now. Okay, let's try it.
Klomar lahachi nakat kalim the osh mu inan the mushinan the hane eitzim tikatane the Nasrim me shufim.
It's nisharim, yeah.
What is it?
Nisharim, the boards that are plain.
Isn't it mishufim?
Yeah, that's the second word. The word before that, nisharim, the boards.
Sorry,
The serum, those are boards in the sorry.
the honey eitzim, that these eitzim that the Mishnah is talking about, diktani, that we learned in the Mishnah, b'nesori meshupim askina.
Yeah, we're dealing with plain boards already.
So in other words, when the Mishnah says hagozel eitzim, and we thought, oh, sounds like he stole some guy's wood that he brought into his woodshed, that he cut down a tree, and he brought the what do you call it, the log. He brought the log of wood into the woodshed, and then the Goslin stole that wood. No, Abaye says that's not what the Mishnah means when it says that he was gozel eitzim. It means that he stole nisarim meshupim. He stole planed planks of wood.
Okay. Askinon. Vashin.
The Asan,
Asan made.
Okay, that he made Chishbos
That's a tevos. That's a tough tevos.
Tebos
Boxes.
Uke Sad Raos boxes and some other kli,
yeah, I think it's a chair.
boxes and chairs. Dahayu Shinui, and this is a change. Kol Shechachal Shitachel
Shechozer.
Shechozer.
How it's a change that's easy to like undo. You can go back on it. It's a reversible change. Those things.
Kal is easy.
Kal shechazer. It's easy to
Go back.
on.
The Brisa, according to the Brisa,
Libriaso.
Livriaso,
Like what it was originally, like what it was created as.
to its original state. Dei boye mishalif ume not tak. That if he wants to, he can pull it apart.
Yeah.
Hanisrim. I don't know what Hanisrim is.
That's the boards. He can undo the boards. He can
Oh, the
disconnect
boards.
This one from this one.
Mizu,
This one from this box that he can undo with the boards back again.
Hare Hain Nisrim, and behold, these Nisrim,
Boards.
these boards, Kibetachila, that they were originally, as they were originally. Va'afilu Hachi, and even here, Kane, he acquires the Kol Shechain, and it's therefore logical, Eitzim Ha Shifan, wood and chiffon is what's chiffon? Plain wood.
Plain, yeah, that was plain.
The Hayu Shinui, that it is changed. Gemora completely. Umid Oraisa Kane, and it's acquired according to Torah law. Kidamar be Meruva.
He's saying once you the kind of change you make by planing it isn't reversible. You can't go back to the unplaned wood once you've planed it as wood. If they're already boards, the boards can be, and you made it into a chair or a table or something like that, or a box, you can undo those boards, you can undo it and get back the boards. But you can't go back from planed wood back to getting unplaned wood. It's a change that's non-reversible, so to speak. And I was giving a proof from someplace else.
As it says in about many changes, Kona Kesiva, it's acquired, it is written, Utanina v'hashiv es hagazla, that if he stole it, ma Talmud lomar, what does the Torah teach? Asher gazal, that he stole im ke'in shegazal. What's ke'in?
Why?
Like he stole it. Yachzir, and he returned the im lav, and if not, dame the alma, and if not, the value, boye lishlume, the value he needs to pay.
So if you have the capability of returning the object, you return the object. If you haven't got the valuability to return the object, then you have to return the value. And this is what it says above somewhere in a different chapter.
And why is Rashi mentioning halachas about the laws of Gazal and having to return things? What does that have to do with the laws of acquisition?
Reversibility.
Right. So we see, in other words,
he can return it in its original form. If it's not reversible, he can't.
so which one? So and the Torah says that that if it's in the same form, so then there's an obligation to return it as it is, and that would be an explanation of a well, that's the Torah talking, though. Okay. I mean, if the Torah says, return the object, return the stolen object that you stole. So Rashi says, why does the Torah have to say that you stole? Obviously, if you didn't steal it, you wouldn't have to return it. So we learn from those words, asher gozal, that you stole, that if the object is ke'ein shegozal, if it is in the same form, if it's the same object, it hasn't undergone a change, so then you have to return that object, because you have not acquired that object. It's still the object that belongs to the owner of that object, and you didn't acquire it because it's just like it was when you stole it. Oh, so you see from there that if it's not like the way it was when you stole it, so then you give money. You give money for the value of what you stole, but the article itself you don't have to give back. Why don't you have to give it back? That's Rashi's telling us that's the Torah's source for saying that shinui is koneh. That's a deraisa dika shinui. That's a shinui that the object is not like it was. So then the Torah says you have to. Then the Goslin has acquired it through a shinui, and he doesn't have to give the object back. All he has to do is give back the value that he stole according to the value that it was at the time of the gezel.
Okay. It is time.
All right.
Take care. Be well.
Thank you, Rabbi.
Phil, Yashikoya.
Thank you,
everybody.
Take care. Thanks.
Have a good day, Roy and Alan.
You too. Be well, everybody. Thank you. Thank you,
Alan, I'll see you
Levitt.
at 5:04.
Bye, Phil.
Bye.
Oh, no. Yeah, will I see you today, Alan, at 5:04?
Yep.
Okay, great.
Okay, good. Thank you.